Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome here to, where are we? We're in Las Vegas for CinemaCon. Good to have you guys here. I'm, of course, John Campea. Good to have you guys here for this special open mic coming to you from CinemaCon in Las Vegas. We are in the not-so-glorious Flamingo Hotel, but it's not so glorious. But it's right across the street from Caesars. Normally, we'll stay right at Caesars Palace for CinemaCon, but this year, the rooms are like $1,000 a night, and we needed like 5 rooms for 5 nights. So I was like, no, we'll stay at Flamingo. Anyway, I got Ray Orr's here.
Hi.
Anne is here.
Hello.
And although you can't see her yet, but you will in a second. And undefeated movie trivia competitor and second in importance Olympic gold medalist, Cody Miller is here.
Thanks, John. Great to be here.
We haven't had you on the channel in a while.
It's been a minute, man.
The unhealthy Cody Miller.
Yeah.
How dare
The
you,
ever
man.
so fat Cody
I was gonna
Miller.
say, just call it what it is.
Man, we weren't even in the hotel 5 minutes. We saw some shirtless guy getting hauled off the
We did. 5 minutes we were here, a shirtless guy, tattooed,
I was like,
4 cops escorting him out of the
wild
hotel.
time. You know how crazy it's been? I think I just pulled a pubic hair from my lip, and I don't know where it came from. I have no idea where it came from. I know I didn't meet anyone yet.
I don't know where it
does-
came from.
Where does pubic hair come from? Somewhere on the drive here, something happened, and that happened.
We were down having dinner earlier at Gordon Ramsay's Burger, and our waiter comes to our table and he looks at Ray and goes, I know you from somewhere. And Ray's like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, I know you from somewhere. And then Ray goes, Spider-Man Homecoming?
Well, I was trying to beat him to it. I didn't know he was actually a viewer, but yeah.
Yeah, it turns out he was a viewer of the show, which is great and everything. Okay, anyway, guys, sorry. Here's what we're doing. It's just an open mic tonight, so if you have a thought or a comment or a question for us, go ahead and use the super chat feature and send it in. We'll get to those in just a second, but we thought we'd start off just talking about the fact that we are now here at CinemaCon. I'm going to show you guys some pictures. We just did a quick walk around a little bit earlier. So the statues in Caesar's Palace have the Naked Gun up, because the statues are half naked. So there's that. Then we saw a lot. There's Anne standing next to the Superman poster, which I thought was great. Got this big, huge display, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I think there's a chance they might show us that, because they did show us Top Gun Maverick. So maybe Tom Cruise will follow that up with that. Then there's this great Thunderbolt standee, which was awesome. Then, like, all over the hallways, you see these, like, big collages. So, like, there's Superman, Jurassic World, Fantastic Four, The Accountant 2, which I cannot wait for, and the Karate Kid Legends.
I'd like to point out this is our friend Cody Miller's first time here.
Oh, yeah, this is Cody's first CinemaCon.
I think it's my 5th and 2nd, I think.
Third?
Maybe.
I think it's my 5th or 6th. Because you went to one or two of them when I didn't go. Right. So, for me, I want to say, usually I'm odd at the poster floor. This year, I'm not blown away by anything I saw. I mean, there was maybe a Wicked poster that I haven't seen. So that's my first impression.
Yeah, not a lot of stuff that we haven't seen.
Not a lot of new stuff.
But we'll get back to the stuff that we did see.
Right.
So they had another big collage of Until Dawn, again, more Karate Kid. They had the 28 Days Later poster, which is nice. The rebooted I Know What You Did Last Summer, and GOAT. From the creators of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I guess is a Steph Curry thing. Then we've got Skill House. I don't know what this one is, but it's got
50 Cent?
Yeah, it's got 50 Cent in it. You know what this is? Have you seen stuff like
No,
this?
just today. It said post or die or something. So
Oh,
it's something
man.
with social media, I think.
So, yeah, some kind of
Did
big
you get
social media.
that thing that was called Sketch? That was one I never
have
seen
not
before.
seen that, no.
It looked like a horror, I guess. It just said Sketch. There wasn't really any creativity to it.
All right, so then, and then, of course, Michael B. Jordan's Sinners one. That's a nice-looking poster. I like that one. Then this big Brad Pitt F1 thing. I also think there's maybe a chance I know there's definitely a chance they're going to show us like probably 10, 20 minutes of it, which I'm excited about. And of course, Brad Pitt's probably here. Then we got the How You Train Your Dragon and the first Wicked for Good try poster, which looks pretty cool. So that looks good. Of course, I surprisingly really did like the first Wicked, which that's not for me. Then it's confirmed, they're showing us the full film of How to Train Your Dragon, the live action one. There was the big new standee that I hadn't seen before. A big standee for Lilo and Stitch. Also, I think there's a chance they might show us that. Another big Mission Impossible standee. And then this is the goodie bag that they gave us. All of us got this big goodie bag, and it's, labeled with Wicked for Good. And inside of it is a treasure trove. First of all, do you have your plushie?
Yes, I can grab it.
Yeah, grab the plushies. So like inside the bag every year, there are always candies. And this year, the candies are great. Like a lot of really, really good candies and chocolates and stuff like that. So very, very excited about that. But they also included a bunch of other things, including...
I got both of them. You got each one.
Oh, Captain America.
Yeah.
So here, let me hand that to me. So I got Red Hulk. Sorry, Ann, you got to talk.
What?
Yes.
I got
Hold it in front of your face.
Captain America.
Hold it in front of your face. So there we go. Yeah. Captain
there you go.
America.
There you go.
I don't know
We
why.
might see those all over the floor tomorrow.
I think this Red Hulk looks more like an angry old Italian man.
I didn't know that was a Hulk until just now.
Yeah.
Or maybe the stupid
serious?
son of Anger from Inside Out.
Yeah.
This is Anger's dumb son.
He's super buff though. Look at that.
He's super buff. So just talking about the things we're excited about, because, of course, we're going to be covering every panel. We're going to be covering every announcement. It's going to be a lot of coverage this year. Robert Meyer Burnett's going to be joining us, but he, of course, had an annual video that he shoots in Seattle. He's on the road right now on his way to Vegas as we speak, but he's not going to get here for probably another hour and a half. So, but we're going to be doing a lot of coverage of everything. So I thought we would talk about the things we're excited about. Now, obviously for me, what's that?
Rob just texted me. He's actually in the chat right now watching us.
Hey.
So what's up, Rob?
Wait,
Hurry up.
He's not driving and in the chat.
No,
Is he?
I'm just saying he needs to hurry up because tonight we will party. I'm just saying.
Tonight we're walking away with 10.
So, obviously, you guys know the thing I'm most excited about is anything they're going to show us for Superman. I mean, I'm still holding on to a prayer that they show us the whole movie. Probably not going to happen. But they will absolutely show us 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of, I'm sure James Gunn is here. And I'm willing to bet that David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan will also be here, come out on stage. That's great. I know that all Anne cares about
Sinners.
because...
Haley Steinfeld's in it.
And she just looked up on Haley Steinfeld's social media, and we're sitting at dinner, and Anne grabs her phone. Look, baby, she's here! Because she's already posing for pictures in Las Vegas. So I know you're excited about that.
Yeah, that's not that far away though. I think that movie comes out.
Yeah, when Sinners comes out
3 weeks,
in
2 or 3
April.
weeks.
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Random question: is Sinners? Is it R-rated?
Has to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope so.
I don't know for a fact, but from the trailer,
I mean, it looks pretty dark.
it looks pretty dark and violent, and so I'm going to guess. I mean, they literally put in a commercial a guy going down on a woman.
Yeah, that
Closet,
has
so
to be.
I'm guessing not a lot of
He knows.
PG-13.
He knows where pubes are on his face. Me and have we relate to each other right at this moment.
He knows. Okay, guys in the live chat are saying yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is rated
And it
R.
opens April 18th.
April 18th, so it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Look, all my excitement has shifted to Thunderbolts. If we don't see at least 10 minutes of that movie, I will be very disappointed. I'm excited for Superman, but since Thunderbolts comes out before, I'm shifting all my excitement towards that movie, just putting 100 in that, and then after, then I'll go to Superman, I think. That's the way it's going to go.
I mean, I
want to see something.
I'm really excited for Thunderbolts, but I'm a little bit distracted because right behind Ray, I don't think you guys can see it in the shot, but I've got a dead-on view of the Sphere, and this is beautiful blue basketball that's kind of rotating. So it's...
Yeah.
Oh, that is...
Yeah, it's cool.
You
Yeah.
guys should all come here right now. You can't miss it.
I mean, they can see the... What's the
awesome.
Ferris wheel called?
It's called the High Roller.
The high roller. You can see the high roller behind Ray, but you can't see the Sphere. The Sphere is really gorgeous, man.
looks...
That looks incredible, right?
Even when you're standing in front of it, it doesn't look real.
Let's leave the camera on it for a little while and go downstairs and hang out.
put the camera
No,
on.
we'll just get views from people looking at it too.
We should live stream of the Sphere 24/7. You know, I like they have those bald eagles.
Yeah.
Camera. We'll just have Sphere
Yeah, Sphere
24/7. So yeah, Thunderbolt. Listen, I'm gonna guess 20 minutes of Thunderbolts
That's something.
because I think they're very big on it, but they know it needs the help. right? They know they need to get the movie theater owners excited about. So I'm thinking they're going to show us a bunch of it.
Give me one of the battle or the final battle. Just a 5-10 minutes of that.
They're not
going to show.
They're not going to show
like
the final.
They're showing a lot in the trailers.
They would
but not the final.
They would probably show the first 20 minutes where they're assembling the team
Or
to get you familiar with the
Or like
Right,
the first,
right.
or you know what they do a lot at CinemaCon is a lot of times when they're going to show us 10, 15, 20, sometimes 25 minutes, they just show us the first 10,
yeah.
15,
That's
20,
what
25 minutes of the
Inside
film.
Out. Too, I think they did that.
They did that for Inside Out.
Or expanded of what we see in the trailer. Maybe where they're in that room and they're like all handcuffed. Maybe expanded scene of that. Or when they're Winter Soldier's chasing them while they're in the car. Maybe that whole scene.
Yeah, by the way, Adnan is saying in the live chat, after the last Captain America movie, Marvel really needs a win. They do.
Yeah.
And I have very little doubt this will be it. Like, I had my doubts going into Captain America, Brave New World, and it turns out it was a good reason why I had my doubts, because it's not a very good movie. But I have felt nothing but positive about Thunderbolts. I think Thunderbolts is going to be great, and I think they're going to want to strut. I think they're going to want to strut it out. And I'm sure they'll probably give us a little bit of Fantastic Four, like that for sure. But I know people get shocked when I say this. I am more excited for Thunderbolts than I am for Fantastic Four.
Is that a new logo on that poster that was downstairs? Because I've never seen it.
Fantastic Four?
Yeah. That Fantastic Four poster. How long has it been out?
That's the first time the logo's just been on a poster like that, but the logo's been looking like that ever since we got it.
John, do you think that we'll get any cast members or people in production with Fantastic Four here?
Probably.
They're done shooting?
Yeah,
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
I would think so.
I will say a lot of the times, if they're actors here, they not only are here for one movie, but maybe two.
They're usually here for multiple movies, right?
So like kill two birds with one stone sort of thing. Like
It's the WandaVision director. What's the name?
Jake
Shackman?
Oh, I thought it was
That's
That's Thunderbolt. Sorry. I was naming the Thunderbolts director, which is that Jack.
Oh, no.
Jacques
That's Fantastic
Schaefer.
Four. Yeah, Jack Schaefer. Yeah,
okay.
is directing that. So I think they're going to be. Plus, I mean, look, with the Disney presentation, they also have Lilo and Stitch, and I sadly feel that if Disney is going to do a full screening this year, and they've done full screenings many years, if they're going to do one this year, it's probably not going to be Thunderbolts. It'll probably be Lilo and Stitch.
Yay.
Because that's a 4-quadrant, guaranteed billion-dollar film.
Oh, yeah.
That especially with the box office being as slow as it has this year, that's what the movie theater owners here want to see.
Yep.
They want to see the movies are going to be brilliant. I mean, I think Thunderbolts can make money, but it ain't going to make Lilo and Stitch money.
The thing you forget about movie theater chains is now there's an extension of them that's beyond the movie itself. Like at our local AMC, there's a whole merchandise rack.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
of all of the Disney movies, Lilo and Stitch, they've been seeding that for years now.
And they're going to sell Stitch Pluff toys
everywhere.
Oh, so
everything.
much.
Yeah,
all over the place.
Yeah.
So the value that they get in selling that movie to the theater exhibitors over trying to give Thunderbolts a bump, you think there's more value in that?
Well, I
if
think
they had to pick one.
I think what they need, the movie that needs the bump more is Thunderbolts. Right. But I think they're cognizant that this is a movie theater owners conference. Movie theater owners have really been hurt this year. I mean, Snow White.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been the latest disappointment, right? Like the other week, the number one film at the box office was Novocaine with $8 million.
Yes,
yeah.
crazy.
Right? So I think if they really want to get the movie theater owners excited for the movie theaters, I think they show Lilo and Stitch because they know this is going to be one that is going to be bringing in buckets of money. It's going to be one of those things again where I remember when Deadpool and Wolverine came out and like they weren't ready for it. And like theaters literally sold out of hot dogs, sold out of buns, sold out of straw. Remember that one time we went, it's like, we're out of straws. Like we can't sell you drinks because we ran out of straws.
I mean, which popcorn bucket are you going to try to go in line for? It's going to be Stitch. It's not going to be a Wheaties box with Thunderbolts on it.
I will take a Red Guardian popcorn box.
I know you would.
I would take
majority of the
most of them will be Lilo, yeah.
I have this huge fear this week that we usually get either you hear from sources of other screenings that take place. My huge fear is How to Train Your Dragon is the only screening we
might
get.
be.
Which is a good choice for us to actually see.
But I mean, every year, at least as far as I can remember,
at least one or two.
There's always been one or two surprise ones, right? Maybe How to Train Your Dragon is the only one. Maybe there are 3 surprise ones on top of it. I just don't know.
And what's good about those reveals is as soon as the presentation starts, the person usually says right away, hey, we got a special screening.
Or they get like 10, 15 minutes into it and they say, like, I still remember when they showed us the first new Ghostbusters. You had Jason Reitman and his dad, Ivan Reitman, before he passed away, obviously, out on stage talking about that they've made a new Ghostbusters. And they're going to say, we think you're going to laugh. We think you're going to be entertained. And you're going to know if you are or not right now because we're showing you the movie right now. And then we're like, what? And they showed us Ghostbusters, and it was awesome. So,
do you think we're going to see Spider-Verse? Anything in Spider-Verse? I know it's for the upcoming year, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes
They did do Wicked. They
do
Wicked.
do that juicy sizzle reel sometimes of beyond the year.
Well,
that's
yeah,
coming.
because we were talking about how they did. Lord and Miller came out like 2 years before Across the Spider-Verse came out. And they came out and literally put on the first 10, 15 minutes of the movie, and half of it was still in pencil sketch. Like some of it was completed animation, some of it was rough animation, a few seconds of it was like just pencil sketch animation, but they showed us like the first 10 minutes. So I think with everybody, with Beyond the Spider-Verse being delayed as much as it has been, Lord Miller coming out to give a little taste of it, even though, to your point, and you're right,
Far away.
Generally speaking, they keep the movies they present here at CinemaCon strictly to the movies that are coming out in the next 12 months, period. But once in a while,
if they don't have enough, sometimes they need to entice
or if there's something like Beyond the Spider-Verse, which is already very late, and they want to keep everybody reminded about it, maybe they will.
I would put money tomorrow that they're going to at least show
because tomorrow's the
something.
Sony presentation.
Yeah, I would put
tomorrow.
money on it. I'm more than confident that we might see something, at least a little bit, talk about it, something like that.
When Paramount screamed Top Gun Maverick, was that planned or was that a surprise screening?
We had no idea.
I don't think
we had
knew.
no idea.
Because that's a big ball.
That was huge.
Yeah.
And that's like, and listen, I admit, I was one of the doubters of Top Gun Maverick. Mm-hmm. And then they showed it to us here, and it changed the narrative. Because remember, Top Gun Maverick was also delayed by like 2 years. Oh, yeah. And because of pandemic and all this other stuff, and Paramount wanted to put it on Paramount Plus streaming. Tom Cruise was like, no. So they just held on and held on and held on. And then they played it. And that screening at CinemaCon that year changed the entire narrative of Top Gun Maverick.
And it was a surprise, too.
And it was surprising.
They did that at the end. They let us know
everybody came out just buzzing and raving about how great it was, and it totally changed the narrative.
The thing was that, with them surprising us with that, there's a lot of people that come that actually have plans. Like they plan their presentations. And a lot of people, there's some people that left because, it was Top Gun Maverick. That's a 2.5 hour movie. Some people leave to do things. I'm glad we stayed and watched it because we were blown away.
Yeah, we were absolutely
so many tears
blown away
during some certain scenes in that movie. It was great.
Oh, it was so good.
That's my favorite screening that I think we've ever had here.
I think my favorite screening is still the Shang-Chi screening. Even though
I wasn't there that year.
We had already seen it I had already seen it twice before they played it at CinemaCon because I'd seen it at the premiere and I saw it at a special press screening, and then they showed it again here. That's still my favorite one. But
speaking of Tom Cruise, though, I mean, I am a Mission Impossible fanatic, and if they give us a behind the scenes how they did whatever the crazy stunt is in this upcoming movie, similar to what they did with the motorcycle driving off the cliff, that I remember watching that being like, it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
The problem was, over the course of a year, they played the shit out of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember, like they showed it like 50 different commercials. They even put it where normally trailers would go in front of other movies. So by the time the movie came out, everybody had seen that stunt like 1,000 times.
And where it was placed in the movie, like you knew what was about to happen. There was like in that movie, it was like a 15-minute build up to him going up this mountain, cut away to the train, go up the mountain, and everyone knows just like, okay, he's gonna go off the cliff. Like, let's get to it.
Although, you saw what the main stunt in this one is.
No.
Mid-air, if you watch the trailer, there's a thing where he's on like a biplane, right? There's a red one, and I think the other one's a yellow one or a blue one, whatever. In one point in the trailer, he's on one, and on another point in the other, he's on the other. At some point, he is literally mid-air going to jump from one plane to the next.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which, this is the guy who's done a lot of crazy stuff. This will be his piece de resistance, I think. I mean, this will be his... This is his Mona
I think
Lisa.
he's shooting. I think he's shooting out the spear tomorrow.
If he
the Paramount
literally jumps
presentation.
from one plane to another mid-air.
So I got some input from Rob. He says, if you guys ever heard of this movie, Life with Chuck.
Yeah,
It's with Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston and
we saw the
Mark
poster.
Hamill's
Poster's
in it.
pretty cool.
We
Mike
saw
Flanagan
posters.
directing. He has a feeling. Well, his input is he has a feeling that might screen, which is a movie that might screen.
Possible.
Just because we do
what
get some.
studio's that way?
I have no idea. He
So it
didn't
depends on
give me
who
that
studio it
info.
is.
He just said Stephen King adaptation. Come on, Rob, text me.
Okay, so I want to go over to and you know what? Sorry, let me. Even though the ceremony's not till May, this is going to be the first public pronunciation of Dr. Ann Campea. I want to ask Doc.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ann's about to get her doctorate.
Universal Pictures.
Dr. Campea, what are you most excited about potentially seeing little bits of or whatever, besides Haley
man.
Steinfeld?
Oh man, you started with me. I will say I do think Lilo and Stitch is going to be the moneymaker.
It's gonna be a
for
big one
movie
for everybody,
theaters.
yeah.
There's just too much with that movie. The audience is right. It's accessible for every age. It just looks cute. And
It's
I love
adorable.
Yeah, I love the design. I've been telling John that even going to Disney parks, they've been seeding Stitch everywhere. And it's become more and more obvious every time I go to Disneyland.
And not just the American Disney park, like all of them.
They are adapting Stitch all over the world. I think this is going to be the moneymaker. I'm also just excited about it after seeing the trailer. And then we watched this little interview with the girl who plays Lilo, who's adorable. So if they bring her out, I think that's going to be enough for people to want to
By
show
the way,
that movie.
people are pointing out, why are you drinking orange Coke? This is orange cream Coke. The reason I am drinking orange cream Coke is because it was in the goodie bag. So it was a freebie. So I'm trying
That's a new flavor
It's
they're
not
trying to
bad.
pass on to the theaters to see if they like it.
Yeah, Coke is trying to get the theaters. You know what? Not bad. Not
Have you
bad.
done the Coca-Cola flight around the world thing here in Vegas?
I don't even know what that is.
So there's a Coca-Cola place here.
By the way,
That sounds
Cody,
like a rich thing.
Cody is a native.
It's not. It's the opposite. It's trashy. You'd love it, Ray.
Cody is native to Las Vegas. This is home.
Yeah, this
for you,
is home. This is coming home for me. Yeah, but you
So-
can.
so what does this say?
So it's literally like a flight of different Cokes. You can sample, and they have like 100 different types of Cokes. They have different Coke flavorings from different parts of the world. So you can do like a Coca-Cola from Brazil, a Coca-Cola from China, and compare and contrast regular Coca-Cola, how the flavor is different, where it's bottled in other countries, and then also the different flavors.
Oh my God.
It's literally like a flight. You can do. It's cool.
If they had a combo with that with the M&M place, like a flight of M&Ms.
I'm pretty sure they're close to each other.
Yeah, they're right next to I'll so be on that diabetes train.
So let's bring it back to CinemaCon.
Yeah.
No, Cody, if you had to say like one or two projects that you're really excited to see some footage of or hear some word of, what would those ones be?
Anything from Fantastic Four, first of all.
Yeah.
I want to be more excited about that movie. I want to. I actually like the other Fantastic Four movies. I don't love them, but like, they're fun. Like I can show them to my kids and, it's silly. Anything from that, obviously, as I just said, Mission Impossible is probably number one. I would love to see anything about that. And then obviously, just secretly hoping and praying that we get to see some parts of Thunderbolts if they screen 30 minutes or anything, because that's the one that I'm most excited about as far as just which movie. There's a lot of cool stuff. And then also, this is my first time, right? Like you guys all know what to expect. I don't really know what to expect. I can look at the pamphlet and be like, okay, but like I don't know. Like I'm just like the audience, like I'm going into this blind. And so I'm also just really excited about getting introduced to things that maybe I don't know are coming, or maybe I've heard of and have like no interest in, and then they show something that is awesome and that sparks my interest.
That's what I'm excited
Yeah.
for. We saw a lot of posters there that I have no idea what it's about. I'm hoping they show us something where our excitement goes up a level. We start talking about it.
Yeah.
Because I have very few movies that I'm talking about that I haven't been talking about already. So the Fantastic Four. There's something eerie about that trailer that I wanted to really quick. Did you guys find it eerie a little bit watching it? Like,
I
there's no
found it
eerie
a-
tone to
I
it.
didn't
Like, I
find
get
it
creeped out a
eerie.
little bit by it.
I found it a little dull.
It's
I
just
didn't
'cause
find
of
it-
I
music.
think that's the right word.
Oh,
it felt
okay.
kind of lifeless.
So you guys aren't
yeah.
sold on it.
Well, no, it's not that I'm not sold on it. I believe in it. I think WandaVision is the best thing that they have done, and that is the director. So I have faith in it.
Okay.
But
remember, the trailer's the trailer, the movie's
Right.
the movie,
I do hope we see a little
didn't
bit
love
more.
the
and
trailer,
it's still
yeah.
really far away. So the fact that I'm not surprised that I haven't been wowed.
Well,
by
it's
it yet.
not that far away.
Yeah.
It's
3 months.
literally 3-4 months away.
And that's the thing I was going to say before you get to my
Yeah.
brother is the weird thing about Fantastic Four is we've only ever really seen the cast so far. When they do any sort of promo about it, it's just the people. Like we really haven't seen any more footage beyond that one trailer. At least for me, that's all I've seen.
Tomorrow.
So maybe
or
they finally will have a cut of it that's different than what.
Yeah,
what's
when's
been going
Disney?
around.
Wednesday. It's
Wednesday
the last day
is
with
Disney.
Paramount.
Yeah, we'll
Paramount in the
see-
morning, Disney at
We'll
Disney.
see new Fantastic Four
Thursday.
footage.
Now, is anybody
Thursday's
Thursday? Yeah, Thursday's the last. Has anyone been on James Gunn's Twitter?
The Batman stuff?
I really want to see if he's actually here.
Well,
It'd be
last
bad.
year, he came on screen
Yeah, he
during the
wasn't
Warner
here.
Brothers presentation, said, "Hello, CinemaCon. You know, it kills me that I can't be with you this
Oh,
year.
yeah, he
We're
might do the
on
same.
set shooting, but I will be there next year." So he said he'll be here this year.
It's just
So-
I would feel so much if we knew he was here for sure. I would be like 100%. We're getting some stuff.
Is
You know
it,
what I mean?
is it possible that we get some kind of announcement about a casting or something for the DCU, even
No.
though a
No,
movie
not
isn't
here.
coming out?
That's more Comic-Con stuff.
No.
Because CinemaCon is theater.
Although he put out this thing on his social media, I think this morning, saying, "Now is Batman Day" or whatever. And,
Yeah.
and I wasn't quite sure what it was.
For Batman.
Is he gonna come out on stage and announce who Batman is? I mean, that's not normally a CinemaCon thing to do. That's more of a Comic-Con thing to do. But it's possible.
It would probably be.
They walk out with Alan Richardson.
People ask
Yeah,
about
Richard,
Supergirl,
yeah.
but Supergirl isn't coming out this year. Supergirl's next year. I mean, it's possible they might come out and make another casting announcement about Supergirl because they're shooting Supergirl right now, so it's possible. But again, they like to focus on the movies that are actually coming out this year.
But then, like that is very true. But there were times like the one that I can remember is Tom Cruise when the Reckoning had just come out, and I don't think the last part was supposed to come out that next year. He still did that stunt for us on video, and that was like not coming out that year. Remember when he jumped off the plane with the two planes? He was advertising
Right.
this movie coming out, but that wasn't.
But we
year.
never knew that was for that movie.
Oh, okay.
Right? We just thought so. When they were presenting
Final
Mission
Reckoning. Yeah,
Impossible,
the first one.
Dead Reckoning Part 1,
Yeah, right.
he wasn't here, but he sent a message, just "Hello, CinemaCon," and it looked like he was just standing out on
Yeah,
the
it was a
windy plane.
close-up. I was like, what is
his
this?
face with his hair blowing. Just
this
want to
next-
say I can't be there personally because we're busy working on some stuff, but he didn't say what it was for.
Yeah.
Then the camera starts to pan back, and he's sitting on top of a plane mid-flight, and Chris McQuarrie's flying the plane. It's like, all right, we got to go. Okay, and then they barrel roll the plane at it, but we didn't know that was for the next Mission Impossible.
Yeah, but that's my only thing about. Oh, they do look. Sometimes they look ahead in the future,
But rarely.
beyond the year.
Yeah, once in a blue moon they do, but rarely.
Right.
Anyway, Ray, what about you? If you
I just said like I want, since like we've already talked about all the movies I'm excited about. I want there to be one movie that I didn't even know was coming out that gets me talking. That's all I hope to come out of. There should at least be one. If there's not at least one movie that comes out of 4 days with every studio here, we've got a problem because I like talking about anything.
already that Tom Hiddleston one has already caught you. You didn't know.
No. That was Rob's suggestion. He's
Oh, but
chatting
you mean
with
like one that really jumped out and gets your attention?
One, because a lot of those posters was just posters to me. I have no idea what the GOAT is about, the Steph Curry movie, even the Skill House. What is it called? Skill House?
Skill House.
I don't care what it is. I'm not going to like prejudge it. Just get me excited for it. Show me something that I could get excited about. Because I'm getting sometimes tired of just talking about the same movie, like Thunderbolts and whatever. Let me talk about something else.
Well, nope. I'm fine just talking about Thunderbolts.
No. I'm fine with that too. But I want to know. I want other things to be coming out that I'm excited about too.
We're going to get a surprise screening of Morbius 2.
Publit.
All right.
Blips.
We are now going to go over and start taking your questions that you guys have been sending in. So let's jump over now. Oop, that's the wrong one.
Okay.
There we go. Noah writes,
Got him.
I'm going to Las Vegas next month for WrestleMania 41. That's in like 2 weeks. Anything
Nice.
you
Wait,
recommend?
next month is like 2 days from now.
Anything you recommend going to visit or eat? Any cool attractions that are must-sees? That's more of a question for Cody
This guy,
Miller.
yeah.
Well, I'm just going to assume that this person's never been to Vegas before. And if
Yeah.
you haven't, you've got to go to the Bellagio fountains. You got to see those. Just walk by the Sphere. Like, even if you don't go to a show, just standing next to it, seeing it, especially when it's kind of dark outside, it's mind-blowing.
We haven't even
Oh,
done
and
that.
speaking of Bellagio, if you're gonna go walk by the Bellagio to see the fountains, go in to see their what's that called? Their not the atrium, the big
Oh.
flower display.
Yeah,
They-
they have some
It might
big
be called the Atrium.
Yeah.
Is it called the
It
atrium?
might be.
You have to see it.
It's beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
mind blowing. It's
a great-
incredible.
No, that's a great point.
Give him one food recommendation.
Uh,
Keep it like I think the event is taking place at Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah.
So maybe in the front area, maybe if you can. Is
So
there anything
my
there?
favorite place to eat, if you're looking for bang for your buck, and I'm not really a huge buffet guy, but the buffet at the Wynn is immaculate.
We don't love it.
Unbelievable.
You know,
Really?
Well, we have to try it again.
Yeah, we went once because everybody said that it competes with Bacchanal, right? Because we love Bacchanal
Okay, yeah.
and Caesar. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go, and we went. Now, granted, it was a brunch or something too, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Brunch is always the
But
worst
But
part.
it wasn't
Buffet time to
The
go.
food wasn't hot.
we should
was,
give it another
Yeah, because everybody, all the YouTubers I watch, were
I've-
like it's Wynn and Bacchanal,
Yeah.
like one or the
I've
other.
only ever had awesome experiences at both of those places.
Have you ever tried the one at Palms? Everybody keeps
No,
saying that the
I
one
haven't
at
done
Palms is really good. I want to try that one.
So
too.
Yeah.
a buffet. Of any of the buffets. Just go to a
Yeah,
buffet.
just go.
Yeah.
Just at least try one buffet. If you like crab legs, definitely go to the one in
Oh.
Caesar's Palace.
Bacchanal,
I
yeah.
think, yeah.
Oh. You got to make reservations for Bacchanal.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go on here to the next one. Next one we got here is Anthony C. who writes, "Hey, John and crew, I think you missed something. A few days after Benedict made that statement, he reneged and confirmed that he will be in Doomsday. Everybody is misunderstanding this."
Oh my God.
So, okay, so here's the thing. When we were talking about the fact that Benedict Cumberbatch had come out and made it definitively said, I'm not going to be in the next Avengers, I'm going to be in Secret Wars, and I'm going to be playing a prominent role. Well, then we were talking about this on the show the other day, and a bunch of people wrote in and said, no, he took that back. He said he is going to be in it. I'm like, I follow Variety, but I've never seen that, but okay. So people sent it in. It came from the Business Insider. So I looked up the article in the Business Insider, and right at the top of it, the writer of the article said, he said he is going to be in Doomsday, but I have a feeling he was joking. And then later, when he's quoting Benedict Cumberbatch, he goes, oh yeah, I am going to be in Doomsday. And then he said with a smile, but you really shouldn't listen to anything I'm saying right now. So it's like,
Ah.
I'm confused by your description. I'm confused by I'm just confused like at the whole thing. I don't. Yeah, but I do believe he's not going to be in it.
yeah, I mean, look, whether he's in it or not, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
either.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, but he did very definitively say, I am not in Doomsday. I have a significant role in Secret Wars. I am going to be in that. And then when it wasn't even in one of the entertainment trades, it was from the Business Insider,
Yeah.
even the author of the article said, I have a feeling he was joking when he said that he was now going to be in Doomsday. Again, so whether he is or isn't, I don't know. But instead of just reading a headline saying, oh, he told these people this, actually read the whole thing. Because in it, even the article writer said, I have a feeling he might have been joking when he said he is actually going to be in Doomsday. So anyway, whether he is or not, don't know, don't care. We'll find out. Anyway, let's see. Next up, we've got, I keep going to the wrong shot.
Hurry up, Rob. Too. If you're. Jeez.
Mr. Hank Dunn writes, I know Batman probably isn't in Superman, but do you think the two have already met in this world by the time the movie starts? I do.
Yeah.
I do. Because also there was, did you watch the Creature Commandos animated series?
I did not.
There's a quick shot where Batman is in it. You don't actually see him, you just see his silhouette. So he's already kind of in that world. If Superman's been around for a while, there's no way that he and Batman haven't crossed paths. is there?
Also, we're assuming from what we've been told that in the it's not going to be another Batman origin film. Like he will have been Batman.
yeah, he will have been Batman for a while
at least
too.
for a little while. So
Yeah, I got to assume. We don't know for a fact, but I got to assume.
Bad news, guys. Rob is still an hour out.
I told you he wouldn't be here by
Yeah,
30.
I will probably have used the bathroom twice.
The reason
waiting for
that's
him.
important is because Ray and Rob are sharing a room this year.
And I'm making it
And
nice.
Ray is like
and
blowing it up.
Filipino smelly. I'm getting it prepared for you, Rob.
All right, let's keep going here. Next up, we got Isaac Sanchez, who says, do you think they'll give updates on the R-rated Ninja Turtles movie, The Last Ronin, that you shared with us last year?
That's
I think so. You know,
They're making a video game too.
here's
Which is
the
weird.
thing that's really weird, though. Like, since last year, Paramount's gone through some major drama.
Yeah.
Right? It looks like they're going to have a new owner with
might walk everything
Skydance,
back.
and I mean, maybe the creatives who greenlit the film won't be there anymore, or maybe they'll change priorities. As far as I know, which is limited, they're still doing the movie. And Paramount may want to, especially with the fact that they're going through an ownership change, they may be the one studio that gives future announcements, because they'll probably want to reassure the theater, hey, Paramount is still here. We don't have maybe a lot coming out this year, but we've got this in the thing, and we've got The Last Ronin. So we'll see. Hopefully. When is Paramount? Tuesday?
No, that's the last day. They're in the morning of the last day.
Thursday.
Oh, so it's
Before
Disney
Disney.
and Paramount on the final
Paramount
day.
and
Correct.
Disney.
Okay, good to know. So we'll let you know as soon as we find out.
That last Ronin story could be the one thing that it decides the fate of like Mutant Ninja Turtles. They've done like the Friendly Turtles, right? And even though we all enjoyed Mutant Mayhem, it didn't make a lot of money, right?
They're not.
No, they're not big money makers.
Yeah, so maybe this is their last swing at trying. Because I can imagine a Last Ronin movie, and for me, that would be so different and so out there, and so just seeing maybe a turtle die or things like
here's
that,
the
having
thing.
those concepts come into the world.
But there's something everybody forgets this. They've never once made a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that is actually like the original.
Right. The violent,
Yeah.
even blood.
Like, the only Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff we've ever got is the skateboard riding, pizza eating, cowabunga dudes turtles.
Well,
and that is not what the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are.
But that's what 99% of
No,
the
it is.
world.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Oh, Rob just brought up a point. Is Lionsgate tomorrow as well?
No, it's only Sony tomorrow.
Yeah, only.
Are you
Sony.
sure?
Yes.
Because sometimes Lionsgate is sometimes in that mix with that.
I think
first
Lionsgate
thing.
is Tuesday morning.
When's Lionsgate listed at all? Do you see it on there at all?
Oh, there it is. Tuesday morning.
Yeah, Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning.
What is Lionsgate's biggest franchise now?
Oh, Ballerina.
Oh, Ballerina is the
might
big
come
thing
out.
they got coming, yeah.
That's right.
They might also want to give a little bit of an update on Highlander.
And also
That's
want
a
to
big
talk
thing for
about
them
the
too.
terrible year they've had.
They will not want to talk about the terrible
right.
they've had. All right, we need to keep going. We need to
Quality of
move on.
movies was
All right. Dwayne writes, John wanted to add to the love for the show Adolescence from Netflix. Only 4 episodes, limited series,
I heard
but it's so good. Each episode has one take. Oh, each episode has
Wow.
a winner?
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
I've seen like that on their like top things for the day, and I
haven't
didn't
seen it
even
yet.
bother seeing the description because the title to me is like, oh, adolescence, boring, and I'd skip over it. Maybe I should actually read the description.
Everybody's raving about, but I had no idea. It was all like every episode was one shot, kind of like the second episode of The Studio. Which, by the way, everybody watch The Studio. The Studio is so good. Okay, I am going to add Adolescence to my watch list. Everybody's told me enough about it. I definitely have to add to my watch list. Thanks for that, Dwayne. Next up, Dwayne also writes, if there were to be Spider-Man 4 news, which I don't think there will be, would that be the Sony panel tomorrow or the Disney panel or maybe both?
Wow.
Be Sony.
I think Sony, because Sony's the distributor. So in theory, if there was going to be Spider-Man 4 news, I think it would come from the distributor, not the production company.
But the production company would be the one that
is Marvel.
Well, right, but they're the ones that would be in charge of almost everything else. Like, as far as like making the movie, marketing the movie, everything.
Well, the marketing of the movie is the distributors. Like the distributor the distributors
Right.
takes care of all the marketing. They take care of all the deciding where the movie goes and all that kind of stuff.
Right, but what I'm saying is it doesn't matter. I don't think
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
The thing
Never mind.
with Spider-Man, it's a partnership between Sony and
It's really unique.
yeah, it's really unique, and the results have been amazing. I mean, the results have been Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. So, but again, I don't expect any Spider-Man 4
Yeah.
news. But if it was, I would suspect it would come tomorrow at the Sony panel. But to Cody's point, I mean, Marvel, Disney is the production company, so maybe they would say something about it. Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right. Next up, Super Saiyan writes, "Hey, John, hope you guys are all well. How can I watch your film The Anniversary in the UK? Looked at streaming services, but I can't find it anywhere." Thank you. Yeah, no, I did not put The Anniversary up on streaming services because when I made it, streaming services weren't a thing. You know, you had like pay-per-view services you could set up, and that's how I made my money back on the movie. I am thinking about putting it just up on YouTube. I think I might take it and Movie Trailers, A Love Story, and just put them both up.
Just put them up
on YouTube at this point. But I will keep you informed. I will keep you up to date about that. Thank you for asking those. It's been a while since somebody asked me about The Anniversary. All right. Next up, Billy Bug writes,
Billy Bug.
why do you call Aaron Taylor Johnson Ricky Tikki Tacky? Great question. Here's the honest answer. Because despite how much I like Aaron Taylor Johnson, I would always freeze on Aaron Taylor Johnson's name. There are two names I always freeze on. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Anya Taylor-Joy?
No, I always know Anya Taylor-Joy. And I'm freezing on the name right now. Just one Best Actor. Just one Best Actor.
Adrian Brody?
Adrian Brody. All the way back to when he was rumored to be Ant-Man, I always freeze on Adrian Brody's name. So anyway, when it came around to mentioning Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I would freeze on his name, I just go, Ricky Tikki Tacky. And that was it. And ever since then, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
What's so weird is there is no way any normal person, if you said that, would be like, are you talking about Aaron Taylor Johnson? At least start with Aaron Johnson or something. Ricky Tikki Tacky, you just ruined his life.
Ricky Tikki Tacky. Next, he's going to be the next James Bond. Ricky Tikki Tacky. All right, next up. Thanks for that, Billy Bug. Next up, we got David Cushmore who writes, who do you have in the men's Final Four? I've got Florida, Duke. Well, that was easy because those two have already won.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're already in the Final Four.
They're Final Four.
Houston and Michigan State. Are you looking forward to season 2? Well, one question at a time.
Didn't wait, that's the set Final Four, or that's an old question?
Let me look.
Okay, or are you, as he's asked, the way he worded it was, who do you have in the men's Final Four?
Oh, like to win.
Okay, so you're, okay. I don't know, man. Cooper Flagg and Duke look borderline unstoppable. The way they handled Alabama the other day, and Alabama's good, and Duke spanked them. I mean,
who do we have? We have Duke, Texas Tech?
No. You have Duke, Florida, Michigan, and Houston. I'll say Duke.
I have to say Duke. My sister went to Duke.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. That's the same reason why I always have to say USC whenever USC is something.
That's right.
Auburn
because Doctor
and
and Campea went to
Auburn,
Houston.
Auburn, not Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan's
Okay,
out.
there we go. I always say I already thought Duke beat Auburn. I must have been thinking of somebody else.
Yeah.
Anyway, I haven't really been following the Final Four, even though I do get a kick out of it. Anyway, let's see. Next up, we've got. Thanks for that, David. Next up, David also writes, do you think Rachel Ziegler would do well in an Alien movie? Yes. I mean, look, I've seen her in 2 films.
She's an actress. She would.
Yeah, she's just good.
One film was great in West Side Story. One film I don't think was very good, which was Snow White. But in both the great movie and the not so great movie, I thought she was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then again, both of those, and even the Hunger Games movie she was in, there was a singing in that.
Oh,
right?
yeah, she was in
That's
Hunger
her main
Games.
strength. That's her main strength. Put her in something like Aliens where she's not a singer. Look, they just put the girl from Sarah Jessica Lee, what's her name? The little girl who finds things.
Oh.
And Dora the Explorer. They just put the girl from Dora the Explorer in an Alien movie.
Yeah, her name.
I forget her name, but they just put Dora
great.
the Explorer in an Alien movie. So, listen, from what I've seen so far, yeah, I think she would do well in an Alien film if you put her in there. She wouldn't be my first choice to put into an Alien film, but if she was in there, I'm sure she would do fine.
She's not a marquee name yet, for me at least.
She's never been a marquee name.
No, but you would expect her to be, because she was in the Hunger Games. She was in Snow White and whatever. I think she needs one more shot at a big movie. So put her in Aliens. That's fine.
All right, next up. We got Tom, who writes, ever see the Hitchcock film Confess with Montgomery Clift? Set in Quebec, a priest hears a murderer's confession and then becomes the #1 suspect himself. I've not seen that.
Okay, Rob's calling in right now. I have a feeling he's going to try to call in right now. I know. You know Rob saw it.
I bet he hasn't seen that one.
I have $5. Let's make our first Vegas bet. $5
over the
Rob
years,
has seen it.
You might want to hear this.
Okay.
Over the years, Rob and I have talked about Hitchcock films a lot. I don't ever remember him bringing this one up.
Rob, text me. Have you seen this movie? $5, I win. Okay.
We move up. By the way, I'm not putting money on it. All right, next up.
So just a one-way bet.
What is your favorite Gene Hackman movie? I like Runaway Jury and Hoosiers. I mean, first of all, my favorite Western of all time is Unforgiven. Like, that's just my favorite Western ever, with or without Gene Hackman.
I won.
But
Adolescence is amazing. Oh, wait, no, that's not. No, I didn't. I'm
and then, but I actually think my favorite film of his is Mississippi Burning. It's a
good movie.
Willem Dafoe. It's you got a favorite?
Well, Hoosiers, dude. I'm a Hoosier.
Oh, that's right. Of course. Yeah.
I'm literally an Indiana Hoosier. So
I got 4 words. I want Shane Falco.
Oh, the replacements.
The replacements, baby.
Oh, I like that.
Give me shit. That's got Keanu Reeves. That got Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right, let's keep going here. Next up, we got David again, who writes, are you looking forward to Easter this year? Not really. Easter's on the 20th, Palm Sunday, and Passover April 13th. I've never, other than Christmas, I've grown up Catholic, went to Bible college. I've never cared about religious holidays. Other than Christmas. Christmas is my favorite day of the year. But other than that, not really.
Now my mom's going to be calling.
I know your mom.
She's calling in
now.
now.
Your mom is very...
She's calling in. She's sent a car
very
for me
angry.
to go home now.
All right. Stefan Alfie writes, watched Mufasa for the first time. Love that it's a bedtime story being told in the world of Simba.
Spoilers.
I wanted to like Mufasa because I really like the 2019 Lion King. I don't care what anybody else says. That movie ruled. I mean, it wasn't as good as the original, but it was great. I loved it. So I was really, and you had the director of Moonlight doing it, which I thought was brilliant. I didn't really like Mufasa. I still can't, other than I've always wanted a brother. Other than that, I can't remember a single note from a single song in it.
It didn't need the music, I think. Like, I think when we walked out of that movie and you said
Mufasa.
We could have gone without the musical, the musical element of it. If they ditched the musical element of it, I think it would have been all right.
Yeah, I didn't like it all that much. But hey, listen, it made over $700 million, so good for them. And I'm glad, if you liked it, I'm glad you did. All right. Trash Can writes, apparently, speaking of that movie, Ray, apparently Flanagan's Life of Chuck will be shown at CinemaCon.
There we go. That's our second screen.
Do you have any excitement for it? I saw it at TIFF, and it's remarkable. Here's the thing. I've never heard anybody speak about it, but I look at the cast.
I'm down.
The cast is phenomenal.
I have not heard of it. I will not look at a trailer.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going blind. Let's go blind.
I'm 100%
We're going to fly in blind. Yeah.
I'm going to go into that. I mean, I have not heard that it's playing here, but if it is,
that's the second person that's heard something.
All right. Next up,
what's the
Jose Garcia writes, Ray is Daddy King. Ray all day, every day. I think he's basically saying I can retire so you can take over the show. That'll go over well. All right.
Well, bye.
Next up, let's see. Melodic Musician writes, will they release anything publicly for Superman? Well, one of the things that we do know, because we talked about on the show the other day, starting tomorrow? No, starting April 3rd, there are some IMAX screenings of Final Destination are going to be showing a new 5-minute preview of Superman in front of them in IMAX screens. So we're definitely going to get that here. Hopefully we're going to get even more in that. But then if nothing else, you guys can look forward to getting those 5 minutes because those 5 minutes are definitely...
Oh yeah, something I look forward to every year too is the t-shirts. I can't wait to see what T-shirts we get after every presentation. We get T-shirts.
It's true.
You don't want a Superman T-shirt?
20-minute pause.
You don't want a Superman T-shirt?
20 minutes for when, what are you looking forward to? And then, like, we're talking about a Superman thing. Oh, and the other thing I'm looking forward to, T-shirts.
T-shirts.
Little delay. That's all right. And yes,
T-shirt.
they do usually give out some pretty
Thunderbolt
cool T-shirts.
T-shirt would be so hot. Come on, Marvel.
All right. Let's see. Next up, we've got Elias, who writes, Snow White dropped 67%.
Oh.
Oof. That movie might flop. Oh, it's not might. No, the movie is definitely flopping. I mean, look, how Mufasa opened to only $35 million, which is less than what Snow White opened to, and went on to make $700+ million. I don't know. The problem was Snow White's just not a very good movie. But then I don't think Mufasa was a very good movie either, and yet somehow that went on to make $700 million. So I thought, well, I guess it's possible it could happen with Snow White. But again, it's just not a very good movie. I mean, it has some good things about it, but overall, I just didn't think it was a good movie. So I just didn't see how it was going to like generate some massive word of mouth, kind of like Elemental did.
Yeah.
You know, nobody went to go see Elemental when it
so
opened.
good.
And that movie's awesome.
Yeah.
So it had legs, and it was able to scratch out over $500 million at the box office because it was really good. Snow White isn't really good, and so it was going to have a hard uphill climb for it. All right, next up, Rachel Knight writes, missed the chance to call Accountant 2 the notary.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Side note, there are some Accountant 2 posters around. I wouldn't be mad if we got a secret screening of Accountant 2.
No,
There's a chance.
Amateur,
This is Amazon's first year here,
I
right?
can't believe
Yeah.
we're getting
This is their-
an accountant too.
I can't believe Amazon is here.
Is, yeah.
I could complain about that thing
Amazon's
that
Wednesday.
was
Evening
misdelivered.
of my birthday.
Wednesday,
Yes.
right?
Late night Wednesday too.
By the way, while we're at CinemaCon, it's also Dr. Ann Campea's birthday.
Yeah.
While we're here.
Yeah, see?
So we get Universal Pictures and DreamWorks screening
I
that
can't-
day, and Amazon.
I can't
MGM
wait to see
Studios.
what they do. This is their first year here. Let's see how they
Amazon?
handle it.
Yeah.
Let's see how they
Yeah,
handle
it's
it.
so
Really
late.
see how Amazon
Ooh,
handles
they
it.
might have something we haven't heard of either.
No, it'll definitely be something we've heard
Well,
of. But
they'll announce James Bond for sure.
they might.
That would be so
That's such a lie. That's something I
They
don't.
They
might.
might. Why not? If it's your first year here,
If you want to win your first year here,
Yeah.
that's what you
Just
do.
come out and say, by the way, we got
By
you
the way.
James Bond, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you're right.
Henry Cavill.
you are right.
I am right. It's my time.
We have other rooms around.
Oh, don't do
I
that.
want to get security.
It's freaking 9 o'clock. They're all out or they're banging. So,
Well, the families aren't staying.
oh yeah,
All right.
yeah. This is a wild casino.
Again, I went to the wrong shot. All right, next up.
This is wild.
Where are we at? We're at Daniel Vasquez, who writes, oh man, I miss the shirtless guy. Come on, they got arrested. Really. Sorry, I'm not there this year. Hope to go back
Hey,
next
Daniel.
year. So long. There's no stalkers to get me fired this year. Of course, Daniel is one of our viewers who was actually, he's been here at the last
Yeah,
couple.
he actually stays at this hotel.
Yeah, so not at this one.
You know, he's like last year. He told me he was staying at Flamingo. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, we will try to enjoy it for you, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel.
All right.
Missed this.
Next up, we get to out of time. Writes, did you see the Wicked for Good poster there? Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes, and for those who maybe missed it, let me see if I can bring it up here. I'm not sure if I can find it. That's not it. That's not it. There it is. At least it's a threefold of the poster. I don't know if that's the official poster. There might be other posters to go along with it, but I'm actually really
You see
quite
the
excited
changes
about it.
in them, those slight changes, and the
Yeah.
way they look. They almost look like they're on different worlds now. The two different have a lot of fighting to do in the next one, probably. I don't know. I haven't read the books.
By the way, I forgot to turn off the super chats earlier, so I'm turning them off now. I was about this reflex. I was just getting ready to go to our sponsors, but because we are at CinemaCon, we told our management company, do not book any sponsors for this week.
yeah.
That's different.
Responsibly.
I thought we did them last time.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
got
we
it.
decided it was just too tricky to do it. So
Sponsoring.
No sponsors this week.
Sponsored by Restroom Break.
Sponsored by Restroom Break. Well, if you need to you can run to the bathroom.
I actually want to eat some more of my nachos before the chips get stale, so I'm just waiting.
All right, let me see where we left off here. Okay. Oh, we already did that one. We did Musician Elias, Rachel Knight, David at a time. There we go. Okay. We pick things up here with Logan LeBlanc, who writes, Anne is Doc Ock. Hope you all have fun and enjoy. Yes, no, she an evil doctor? I think she's going to be an evil doctor. I'll tell you what, my whole life that we've had together.
Yeah.
You've pretty much been in school.
Yes.
Between a couple master's degrees, now a doctorate.
Damn, you guys must really like each other. You guys should try to get something going. And also won Best Picture this year.
And Nora.
Yeah.
What a great title.
Wow, yeah, I know. When I put that together in my head, I was like, wait, that almost sounds like Anora. They must win Best Picture.
And Anne was like, I hope it wins. It's got my name. Like, so what is it? Is it like a space movie? I said, no, it's about a stripper.
Yeah.
She's like, even better. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
The business.
All right. Let's keep going here. Imad writes, my favorite movie pundit and favorite college roommate all in one. Christmas came early. Is this someone?
Yes, yeah. Ahmad was a world-class diver, Olympic finalist caliber level diver.
Amazing.
I know. That's really cool. Hello, Ahmad. What's up, buddy? I miss you.
Man, you should put him in this room too, so then I could feel the most
when we were in college, real quick, his diet was 75% Nutella. And she was shredded. Nutella, just Nutella.
That sounds amazing. I would love a diet of
He was
Nutella.
just shredded.
That's not me.
He's a
dude. I would come
man.
home so I'm known for kind of two things. Like when I was in grade school and I would go home for lunch, I would just walk home because my school was close to my house.
Oh, he's gonna tell
And
us.
there are two things that would make,
I know.
Ridiculous.
the one thing that I would make every day: peanut butter, and mayonnaise sandwiches.
I'm gonna leave.
I know.
No.
I know.
And he was shredded too. He was shredded all down. Imagine that.
But I don't. It's been many years since I've tried it. I wouldn't try it now. But for some reason, I like it. But the other thing I would do is I would literally go into the pantry, pull out a big jar of Nutella, pull out a big tablespoon, and just sit there and eat Nutella while I'm watching an episode of the Flintstones before going back to school after lunch. I don't know why, but Nutella, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Nutella. Yeah, it used to drive everyone crazy. Just God-given genetics. Yeah.
He spooned it too?
Yeah.
I could never imagine spooning that thing.
I
gotta have a little bit of something underneath, like a breadstick, my finger, something.
Yeah, it's really rich. It's just
there's a spoonful of that just sounds disgusting to me. Even
hearing
me,
you
the
talking
fattest
about-
man on the planet,
Hearing
will
you
not spoon
talking
Nutella.
about spooning and you using your finger is not something I had on my bingo card.
Yeah.
Model will take us on a tour in Egypt. We want to go see the pyramids. He's from Egypt.
Oh,
There we go.
sweet.
All right. Anne did not take me to Egypt. All right. Next up. Big Mouth Stan
I
writes.
take you to court.
So what are the chances we're getting X-Men versus Avengers storyline in Avengers Doomsday? 0. Given all the X-Men OGs coming back this film. See, it's not the story X-Men. If you're thinking about the comic book story of Avengers versus X-Men, X-Men versus Avengers, you ain't getting that story. But you might end up getting Avengers fighting X-Men in a completely different story. If you understand the story of Secret Wars, when an incursion happens, the worlds collide, and unless one destroys the other, they both get destroyed. Right. So you have one world trying to destroy the other. The biggest guess right now is that the world that we see Photon on at the end of the Marvels, when she goes through that rip in reality, and she ends up talking to Kelsey Grammer's Beast, the prevailing feeling right now is that world, which is populated by the X-Men, we have no X-Men on Earth 616, is now going to have an incursion with it, and we're going to have two worlds trying to destroy each other in order to survive. That's the prevailing theory, at any rate, but I don't think we're going to get. Like the story of Avengers vs. X-Men that was in the comic books. So I don't think we're going to get that. All right. Next up, we've got Alex Von Gollum writes, what do you think is the mood theater owners have coming to CinemaCon? of concern due to the low box office level in recent weeks, or some hope?
I think we're gonna have a rally cry. Like, hey,
I
we've been
think so
down.
too, yeah.
We're gonna get through this, and we're gonna, if not this year, maybe following years, we'll get back to where we were, because there's a lot of setbacks.
It can't be a coincidence that this is the first year where all of the studios are putting on a show, including MGM's first.
Yeah, adding a new one too.
I mean, there's a reason.
There's money to be made.
But here's the problem with the theater owners. Like, they got over the railing ass raping of COVID.
Yep.
Yeah.
That just about destroyed. I mean, look, ArcLight theaters are gone.
Yeah.
Their entire theater chains disappeared.
Yeah.
So that crippled them and set them all ridiculously behind. And then just as things started to recover,
No whammies.
writer and actor
Yeah,
strike
there you go, double whammy.
that killed everything again and had repercussions like, the strikes ended, but the consequences of the strike was felt for like another year after that. So anyway, through 2024, there's been this big saying around the industry, which is survive to 25. That's been the big rallying cry, right? Survive to 25.
Yeah.
Because the whole industry has kind of felt like, with things like Lilo and Stitch, Thunderbolts, Superman, Fantastic Four, Avatar, that 2025, once we get into the second and third quarters of 2025, that there will be a big resurgence. That's been, now whether there will be or not, we'll find out. But that's kind of been the prevailing theory. So I think you're going to see a bunch of people limping into CinemaCon, but with a big battle cry. Like the best is yet to come.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because I'm like, now I'm thinking about my own, what I do as a profession. I think there's going to be some skepticism from the theater chains, because it felt like last year's CinemaCon, that was the prevailing theme, which was the rallying cry. We're getting out of this. Don't worry. We're going into 2025. We're going to have a very smooth, transition from last year to 25. You guys are going to see profit. And then I'm looking at their agenda and trying to put together what their theme might be this year. And it almost feels like they're trying to market other ways to make money outside of just people going to the theater to watch movies.
Remember that they started doing that last year too. Remember, they were talking about alternate uses for your theaters to generate alternate revenue sources.
Tough, because then you've got studios coming in to try to sell their product, but then at the same time, a lot of these panels that I'm seeing are focused on things that are not really just movie topics. So
we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it all plays out.
Now, again, I want to remind everybody too, like last year, 2024 started off with a dud. Because not only was there a whole bunch of movies that just didn't perform, there were also a couple of higher profile movies in Fall Guy and Furiosa. Both great and both completely flopped. And so the kind of prevailing theory was, everything's dead now. But then 2024 kind of turned around and actually had a number of really big films and did all right. We'll see if that can happen again in 2025. I listen, Lilo and Stitch is going to make all the money, man.
That's true.
It's not going to make a bunch of money. It's not going to make a lot of money. It's going to make all the money. That film is a guaranteed billion-dollar film. And then we'll see what else the rest of the year can give us. All right. Good question there, man. Next up, we've got Turbo Man who writes, do you think any rumors of the Cloverfield sequel will come to fruition this week? Well, I mean, so there's been word going around that they're going to make a true sequel to the first Cloverfield. Wow. Of course, there have been other Cloverfield movies that have sucked. Actually, the one with John Goodman wasn't bad.
I was just about to say that. That one I quite like.
Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, Cloverfield Lane. That's right.
Yeah. Right, Cloverfield Lane, because that also had
what's her name? Yeah.
Ewan McGregor's partner.
You know her face. Her name is, her face.
Ewan McGregor.
I think there's a W somewhere in her name.
Yeah. Is it Elizabeth? She was in Scott Pilgrim. She was the main girl.
Yeah. That girl.
Why were you all
Flowers? Violet Flowers or something.
Violet Flowers is not Elizabeth. What is it? Elizabeth Winstead?
Winston. Winstead.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Yes. So, but
Your
then,
total source for everything movie fact.
but then there was that Cloverfield movie that took place in space.
Yeah,
on
Paradox.
this-
Oh, the one that
Paradox?
they dropped on Netflix right after the Super Bowl.
I loved it.
That was like
Everybody thought it was coming to theaters, and when they just dropped
that was cool, and I was like, yeah. And then I started, and I was like,
here's why it went to Netflix. Yeah, so apparently they're going to try to do a direct sequel to the first Cloverfield movie. I definitely do, even if that is happening, I do not expect maybe an announcement for it at Comic-Con. I don't expect an announcement.
This one will just drop on PBS.
Unless they literally just drop the movie. We actually shot it. It's done. Here it is. Boom.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put that past them. All right.
They just upload it online somewhere in like some weird dark place.
Now on Tubi. Quibi. Remember Quibi?
oh yeah,
Now on Quibi.
Yeah, Quibi.
All right. Dylan Fernando writes, is this the last year that Brian Robbins will be the Paramount presentation because of the merger with Skydance?
Is that his name? My favorite guy.
Yeah, we've been talking about that
so
because he kills it at
Yeah.
CinemaCon every year. Okay, first of all, he's the guy. I want to give him all the flowers because at this movie theater convention, he comes out on stage as the head of a studio and said, "Dear movie theater owners, please stop playing so many trailers." I'm like, yes, this guy's my patron saint. He's like, guys, you play so many trailers that by the time you get to the end of them, people don't even remember what trailers played.
Yeah.
That's
Or
not
what movie
helping
you're
us.
there for.
It's like, yes, somebody in this industry gets it.
Not only that, he came out with Sonic rings one
I
year.
know.
Yep.
He came out with the Ninja Turtles gave away
So
full
good.
pizzas to the front row.
So good.
I mean, he was such a likable. I like him because he's like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He just shot from the hip or shoots from the hip. Like he doesn't worry about he's a every moviegoer's person. You know what I mean? Every day yeah.
He's great. But again, it's going to be so interesting to see what happens with Paramount over the next while. Like, are they going to go, like, all engines keep going forward when they take over? Or is it going to be, let's change direction and change out leadership? So I hope he stays. I really like Paramount as a studio. I like the stuff they produce. And they've just taken a really bad step with how they've managed Paramount Plus.
Yeah, that's my most curious about what their presentation is going to be like this year. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got, who do we got? We have Jordan Ross Weinhold, who writes, footage for Wicked for Good? No doubt.
Yeah, of course.
At least a sizzle.
Yeah.
At least a sizzle reel.
They've been
A
showing us,
behind-the-scenes look.
but they showed us footage of Wicked for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like they showed us 15 minutes of footage of Wicked a year and a half before the movie came out.
There was also way more Wicked memorabilia in that hallway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all over.
And the bag.
That's a huge
And the
tell.
bag.
And the bag.
Yeah, that's
The
a
bag
huge
is
tell
on the
that
bag,
we're going to get something.
Yeah.
For sure.
So and each of the last 2 years, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo both come out on stage.
Yep.
I have, and it's worked for them. John M. Chu got an award last year, but I have no doubt John M. Chu, Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, I expect them all to come out, and I fully expect to see like at least 10 to 15 minutes.
I fully expect to give my first standing ovation if they do come out. I really like the Wicked movie. I think they deserve
Which is
all the
so
credit.
interesting.
Yeah.
I would, even after I
Unexpected.
saw
I
it,
hate musicals.
you.
I wouldn't think it would
Yeah.
be a movie for you.
I
You
hate,
really
but
liked
when
it.
I saw it, just from the beginning, Ariana Grande, whatever character she's
Yeah,
playing,
she's great.
I bit into it. Like, that's her. That's whoever this character is supposed to be, she was. And I knew nothing about the movie. You haven't seen it?
No, I'll be the wet blanket. I actually really like musicals, and I found it was kind of boring.
Oh.
And I thought it was beautifully shot and the set design, but I was just like, where it's so slow. And the music to it was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Maybe
man.
I'll like the second one. Maybe because, like I said, I really like musicals.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
Did you ever see Wicked? Like the stage
play?
the stage
No,
show?
no.
Yeah, Anne saw it. You saw it, right? Number of times. So I didn't know anything about it before going to see it, and I wasn't interested in it till they showed us like the 15 minutes of it at CinemaCon. Then I'm like, oh my god, I'm looking forward to Wicked. So I don't know. We'll see what they show us. But I
Sorry,
do
Cody.
fully
It's
expect.
It's funny though that you don't like musicals and you liked it, and I do, and I did.
It's just I don't know. It got me from the very beginning. I don't know what it is.
Hey, maybe
about.
I like Act 2. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Next up, Kari Scott writes, Hey, John, I'm a new subscriber. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. Do you think we will get a trailer for Mortal Kombat 2 and Michael both movies? First of all, when does Mortal Kombat 2
Who
come?
cares?
Who cares?
I can't believe I forgot about that movie.
Does it come out this year?
It says 2025.
Then I then I am not
Okay.
expecting. I'm not expecting a trailer for
October.
it. I'm expecting footage.
Warner Brothers. So what was Warner Brothers already? What was on their list that we were excited about
Superman.
before? Superman.
So it'll be Tuesday.
So let's add that to it now.
Tuesday
My
Certainly
goodness.
not. I'm certainly not excited about the other movie on their list, Minecraft.
Yeah.
But you think there's a chance they do have a screening of Minecraft?
And I would love it.
Oh,
Just
there's so
because.
many good actors in this Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
I mean, here
Thank you for bringing. Whoever just wrote
Yeah,
in.
Carl
Thank you for
Urban.
bringing that up. I was thinking there wasn't a lot of movies that I'm. That's another one. We're gonna see something. We'll see at least a little something. I
So
think.
cool.
As far as Michael, I mean, I don't know that they're going to show us anything because,
Yeah.
with the whole fiasco that they had, they have to reshoot a bunch of the movies. So I don't even know that Michael's coming out this year. I think I still think they have a release date, but I don't think they're going to hit it.
I know. Our friend shot his extra scene like I don't even know how long ago that was now.
Yeah,
But
well,
they've been working on it.
I've got a friend of mine who's worked on the film, and it's like I have no idea when it's coming out. So, I listen. I hope they show us stuff for Michael because the stuff they showed us last year for
That
Michael
was great.
looked great.
Yeah.
Looked great. So we will see. All right. Next up, we got Stash writes, I just got home from WonderCon. Funny
Oh.
thing, we were having dinner. Breakfast this morning.
Yes.
And Anne's like, WonderCon is this weekend. I have so disconnected. I used to look forward to WonderCon every year,
Oh yeah.
but now with it being in Anaheim, we've got LA Comic Con now and San Diego Comic Con, and with New York City Comic Con getting bigger and bigger, I've not even had WonderCon on my radar.
Well, it's because I think
used to love it.
I think this year it was always either when we got back from CinemaCon or maybe a little bit before. It fell on the week where we're actually headed out to CinemaCon.
Yeah.
That's why it was none of.
it's not
I actually thought it was next weekend. So
Oh, anyway, I should
Yeah.
read the rest of the question here.
Right.
I just got home from WonderCon. Booth was busy, better than last year.
Ooh, nice.
I hope you guys are excited for CinemaCon. I cannot wait for your coverage.
oh, was it that one guy that gave us the figures? Did he have a booth? The
The guy who gave
yeah
us
the bow. Looking,
Yeah.
Is that him? Sorry, what's his name?
I don't know. His
Oh.
name, the stash it. If it's the same guy, I loved those figures. Remember he gave it to us at the screening we did?
Yeah.
Those were great. Anyway, this is it. Like 15 years ago, 12 years ago, Comic-Con was the thing I looked forward to every year. Once I started coming to CinemaCon, it's not even close. Like if I have a choice between either going to, luckily I get to do both, but if I had a choice I could only either do Comic-Con or CinemaCon, it's not even a question. I go to CinemaCon. Like I love this thing every year, partially because it's in Vegas, which is why I've been saying before, they should move Comic-Con to Vegas.
Oh my gosh, here we go again.
Anyways, I won't go off on that whole
We've
thing
already
again.
met with the Comic-Con people.
Oh my God, did you know that?
No.
So I've been given this thing about how for years now, I've
I'm
been years
aware.
that I think they should move Comic-Con to Vegas. So at this most recent Comic-Con, the directing board of Comic-Con asked to meet with me.
Okay.
So I asked Anne to come with me. So we went to the head offices. They brought us up.
Just
had
in
their-
case they were gonna like murder him.
Yeah.
So he'd
first
stop
room we
talking
walked
about
through-
moving it to Vegas.
The first room we walked through was another boardroom with a SWAT team, like
like,
with
oh,
in their
this is
top
it.
gear and their guns. Like, what the hell? So then they took us into another boardroom, and we met with their executive, and we met with them for like an hour.
I'm sorry. This is the convention, not the convention location that you met with.
No, it's the organizers of Comic-Con
Okay.
and the San Diego Convention Center.
Okay.
Right?
So
Yeah.
both the convention center
And
also. Those
they-
are the people that would be mad at you.
And
Yeah.
but they
why
were,
it makes them so much money and why it's
but
good here, right?
they were great.
Yeah.
They were really great. They goes, we heard your concerns and we want to have a chance to kind of present
Yep.
some of our plans and maybe address any questions you have. And I was straightforward with them. I said, here are my concerns, blah, blah, blah. And they said, well, I don't want to revisit the whole thing, but it's like,
Sure.
we have plans with the city and with the government to expand this.
Uh-huh.
We have plans to do this. We want to address this by doing this. Points 2 and 3 you had, we really don't have answers for those right now. But with the points 4, 5, and 6, it was a really good meeting.
And that's when we realized, for some reason, John is the mayor of Las Vegas. Because they are pleading a case to
John
some
Falcone.
guy who just...
Yeah, so I was... look,
I know people that used to go to Comic-Con every year, and they don't go anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just because...
the logistics are a nightmare.
Yeah, it's
So
like impossible. It's so expensive. There's no guarantees.
You have to enter a lottery to see if you even get a hotel room.
Yeah,
the right to get a hotel room that quintuples its price for
Yeah. 40 miles out.
Yeah, I promise we
Sorry.
would not relitigate the whole
8
thing.
minutes ago, Rob texted 40 miles out. I don't know how far that is.
But anyway, yeah, I get super excited about CinemaCon. I get excited about Comic-Con too, but I get super excited about CinemaCon, and I cannot wait for this whole thing to start tomorrow. All right, next up, we've got Dwayne who writes, for the streams for the week, will they be open mic style with super chat questions, or will it be like the regular ones with Streamlabs questions? Excellent question, Dwayne. It will be super chat questions. So when we do our live streams, we'll probably have 4 or 5 or 6 of them this week. They will be super chat questions. Any questions sent into the tip link that we normally take questions on for the John Campea show, we'll get around to those next week when we start doing the show regularly again. But like all of our special streams, whether they're open mics or Daredevil post-game shows. By the way, I am going to do a Daredevil post-game show on Tuesday night. We will be using super chats, so people watching live can send in questions. But you have to be watching live to send in questions. Great question. I'm glad you asked that, man. All right. Next up, V-Rock writes, happy birthday, Anne.
Yeah.
Almost. Thank you.
Very excited about it. So glad she decided to come to Vegas with us this year for her birthday. And the final question tonight comes to us from Nexus Fuel, who writes, are you planning on watching Hurry Up tomorrow?
What's Hurry Up, Ray?
Is that a joke? There's a punchline to that joke. Hurry up and go.
It's
a movie.
Is it called Hurry Up?
Hurry
or
Up Tomorrow.
The Weeknd and Jen Ortega.
Oh, really? I don't know about The Weeknd, especially after that.
Oh yeah.
Barry Keoghan.
What was the name of that
show.
thing he did?
That show.
Popular
Legend?
I did
Icon?
Icon. Yeah.
Not Icon.
It was like it was where it
Famous
was like.
something. I
Well,
can't
The
remember.
Idol.
The Idol.
That was.
Yeah, you said it. I didn't say it. No.
So I like The Weeknd. Good Canadian kid, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about watching
It's
him.
a thriller.
But Barry Keoghan's in it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that has me.
I'll
Chuck
watch
All-Star.
Oh, I don't know.
Chuck
Anymore.
All-Star saying the
I just
trailer
read
looks
the plot.
bad.
Has it been screened
I
yet?
just read the plot.
Does it have a,
Yeah, I just read the plot too.
Does it have a score?
What's the plot?
You might fall asleep while she's reading it.
Plagued by insomnia, a musician gets pulled into a nightmarish odyssey with a stranger who begins to unravel the very core of his existence.
I'm already have no interest in it.
So I'm like, musician encounters a mysterious stranger leading to a journey that challenges everything he knows about himself. That's the IMDb description. So.
That doesn't sound remotely interesting.
That sounds like the description of one of his music videos.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
bizarre.
Well,
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be awesome, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
What studio is it? It is
Angel Studios?
Oh god.
Sorry.
It's Lionsgate.
Oh no. What are you doing?
Terrible year. Continuing on.
But at least
To
Jenna
another-
Ortega's in
I
it.
don't know.
By the
Yeah.
way, I saw. Did you see Death of a Unicorn?
No,
I
haven't
liked
seen
it.
yet.
I liked
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega's really kind of cute.
Yeah.
But I almost
the
said
queen.
Wilford Brimley. Will Poulter, who is
The
not
best.
Wilford Brimley. Will Poulter,
I have no idea who Brimley is.
amazing
He's
in it.
so good.
He's so good in it. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right, guys, and that'll do it for us. Oh, what?
One last question go around before.
Okay.
At the end of this whole week, what is the movie that you feel you're going to be talking about? Me first.
Okay.
F1, I think. A movie that I haven't talked about or seen
I
anything
don't
of.
disagree.
I have a feeling what they're going to show, I'll come back on a regular show and be like, oh my God, F1's going to be. That's the one I think will win my heart at the end of the week.
I think okay, so going away from the ones that I'm obviously most looking forward to, which is Superman, Thunderbolt, stuff like that. I think, this is going to sound really weird, the one that has the chance to turn me around 180, Minecraft. Wait a minute. I am not looking forward to this movie. So that's the movie that really got a chance to completely turn me around, make me go, because remember, that's how I was with Wicked. I was like, I don't really care about Wicked. And then they showed us 15 minutes of Wicked, and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait to see Wicked. Minecraft has the chance to do that.
That's why I saved the seat right next to me. This empty chair
On
is
the
waiting for you.
that I can get on the bandwagon.
Minecraft is going to be awesome. I'm sorry.
What about you?
Well, I was going to say, depending on what they show us for Minecraft is probably going to give us a good indication of whether or not it's A, good, and B, they have faith in it, right?
Yeah.
Because if we don't get much out of it, we're probably going to think, well, it's probably not that good.
Okay.
I think they're kind of avoiding it.
I love Jack Black and I love Jason Momoa.
Because here's the thing.
I like the way he
I
looks.
actually think if it's a banger of a movie, it could actually do really, really well. But it doesn't look good.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, it does not look good.
I do love the way.
But for me, real quick, I'd say F1 again.
Right.
I remember seeing that first trailer and I was so excited. And then when I saw that it was over a year away, I was devastated. I was mad. I was like, "Ugh."
Is there any?
I hope it's something that I don't know about. That's my
Okay.
hope. Because I'm obviously crazy excited for Superman more than anything else. But I hope it's something that's not even on my radar.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
I think we're all looking forward to that one movie, and we'll probably get one at least. One at least.
And you got one that you're really...
What are you going to be talking about?
What do you think that by the end of this week is the movie that's going to have you buzzing the most?
There is one poster that stood out to me in the poster hall today.
Oh, what is it? Oh my God.
Bride Hard.
Oh, Bride Hard!
Rebel Wilson.
I didn't even see this poster.
That's a dark horse.
It's a good poster.
I'm just gonna throw the name out there. Let's see. I don't know.
Oh my God! When I meet, because we saw Bride Hard. I was like Bride Hard, and we looked at it, and it was Rebel. I was like, this could be the one. Right? For what? Because it's Rebel Wilson. For some reason, she cracks me up when she plays the right part. I don't know. This could be. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Bride Hard.
Bride Hard.
Yeah.
All right,
Bride
guys.
Hard.
You know what? It's almost 10 o'clock. So let's take this to 10. I'm going to ask you guys who are in the live chat, if you guys want to fire in question, do me a favor. Look in the live chat right now. I've got capital letters, question, colon. If you have a question, format it like that so I know you're asking me a question. You're not just talking amongst yourselves. And I'm not going to pick all of them. I'm just going to pick one or two or three to go ahead and answer. All right. First one in here, Josh is writing, the last few times you went to AMC Screen Unseen, did you walk out of the theater if it was something you never heard of? Nope. Well, we walked out of Greatest Beer Run Ever because it sucked.
Well, it was Zac Efron, but then
Yeah.
I think we thought, it's going to be streaming anyway.
Have you done any of those?
They actually don't do them at our local AMC.
Oh, they don't do any surprise screenings
done
for
one in a
anything.
while.
All right. Brennan McDonald's asking, top 3 surprises you're expecting out of
There we
this
go.
con.
That's too many. I don't know.
Let's talk English for a second. If it's a surprise, we're not expecting. Top 3 surprises.
Yeah, give him a break.
You're
Come on.
expecting.
Okay.
I will simply say screenings. Let's just leave it at screenings. I think
Superman.
hopefully Superman would be
Yeah.
great. Yes.
So show us something from Superman.
Okay. This is one. Any chances of a local meetup?
Oh,
So we were just talking about maybe doing a meet and greet while we're in Vegas. All the evenings are pretty booked, right?
they have to be tomorrow or in between panels.
And a few of our nights, we're going to be streaming past.
Yeah, it's like we're literally streaming. Like we're going to be streaming East Coast time at like 1:30 in the morning.
It'd have
So-
to be between panels.
And I don't know
Only
that we
time.
have time between panels. So
We'll figure it out. If,
We'll-
if there's a
Yeah.
chance, just keep your whatever. Where do you post stuff on?
Follow Ray Ora.
No,
on
don't
Instagram.
follow me because I'll tell you when it's already over.
Ron H is asking, what time will the nightly streams usually start? There is no usual because it all depends on when the panels are. So it's going to be different. What I will do is tonight or in the morning, in the posts section on our YouTube channel, I will post the schedule and we'll give you a rough idea but each day is going to be a different
Right,
time.
because
Some are really late too.
As I've been to we've been to a couple of them. I think our main goal every CinemaCon is try to get into this room as soon as possible and give us our initial reactions to things. That's the way it's been. Just
Yeah,
because,
we get back to the studio, to our studio here
because
in my
it's
room.
still fresh. Like what we've seen is still fresh. That's why we try to keep it fresh by
It's so
rushing
different
up
this
here
year.
and talking about it.
Everything's super late this year.
Yeah.
All right, Michael is asking, question, do you think they will release a Mission Impossible trailer publicly on Thursday? If they release a new trailer for Mission Impossible, they will release it publicly because we're close enough to the movie coming out. So I think it's about time that they do that.
And let's point out, that's one of the biggest posters we saw on that floor.
True.
So we might get more than that.
I am JMS says, question, do you think we'll get a Zootopia 2 trailer?
Oh,
Zootopia 2 doesn't even come out this year.
that's so far.
Yeah, no, there's no chance they do.
They wouldn't put the
no
focus
chance.
on a later movie, especially when you have
No chance there's
of them coming out.
they don't have a trailer for it. There's no way.
I will be interested to see if we get footage from Moana 2. I mean, the live action Moana.
Moana.
The live action Moana?
Is that a December movie?
I think
Or
so.
early
November.
next year. I think it comes out before the next CinemaCon.
Right,
So
right.
I know they might be done filming now. It's possible.
Yeah.
Terrence is writing, is James Gunn going to be there? Will he announce anything new? I think he's going to be here, but I do not expect anything announced that's new. Again, CinemaCon generally focuses just on the movies coming out in the next year. So I wouldn't expect announcements. I mean, again, maybe because Supergirl isn't that far outside of that, maybe they announce a new cast member for Supergirl or something, but that'll be it. All right, guys. That'll do it for tonight's open mic, our special CinemaCon coverage coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Again, I wish you could see, oh, look at the sphere now. I wish you guys could see the view we have from the room here. It's really kind of great. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget, come on in. Join us for all the stuff we're going to be doing. We'll keep your eye on the channel for when we're posting when the next live events are coming. Obviously, we've got a big one tomorrow. Sony kicks off CinemaCon with being the first studio to do their big presentation. That's tomorrow night. So tomorrow evening, we'll be doing our Sony coverage. We're going to be exhaustive about it. We cannot wait. And then again, of course, in the rest of the week, we got Disney's panel, Paramount, Warner Brothers. Amazon is doing their first ever with their MGM stuff. I'm sure Lionsgate has got a panel. I mean, everybody's here this year. They're all here this year, and we're glad you guys are too. So, for Ray Ora,
Yeah, see you guys.
Cody Miller,
See you later.
Dr. Ann Campea,
Bye.
thanks a lot for being here, guys. My name's John Campea, and until tomorrow, my friends, bye-bye.